The idea is that when there are controversial subjects and topics that are going to come up, whether it's rape or violence or something, race is a topic sometimes on campus, that there ought to be a safe space so that people don't have to be confronted with, and here's the quote from one of the women who felt, I guess, aggressed against. I was feeling bombarded by a lot of viewpoints that really go against my dearly and closely held beliefs. That was her reaction to a particular speaker being invited on campus. And, you know, my thought in response to that was, so does every conservative in this country every damn day. Okay, we feel like that every day, but these college students want to have a place to insulate themselves from things. My first response was, where is Chaka Khan, I'm Every Woman feminism brand from the 70s? Didn't we all talk about feminist empowering and that women could do so many things? They could go into fields that they had never attempted before.
I can bring home the bacon, fry it up in a pan, and never ever let you forget you're a man. Yeah, that's the feminism I grew up with, and college was the place that you went to get out of your bubble, because all through elementary and junior high and high school, you were with the people who lived in your neighborhood, who were basically the same socioeconomic class as you. They were all from the same town. We had the same shared experiences. So you went to college to meet people who had totally different experiences from you and totally different ideas, and you were to be presented with totally different ideas and thoughts and concepts from your professors, and the idea was that you would be challenged and you would grow as a person and be able to handle real life a little bit better for the experience of having been in college. And also, really primarily, it was about the things that you were supposed to actually learn in classes. But that's how old-fashioned I am. I think you're supposed to learn in classes. There's an entire generation of people who don't want to be challenged. They don't want to learn anything they don't already know.
The way I see it, they want to demand the protection of children, but they want the privileges and liberties of an adult.
Right, right.
I have a question. When did expressing a differing opinion on, say, the rape culture or sexual assault or these things, because I'm looking through this story now and I'm reading the part about the professor at Northwestern who was being protested because she wrote something contrary to, I guess, what folks felt about the safe space. When did that become erasing someone's experience? When did that become diminishing somebody who actually was raped? Because I don't see how that works. I don't quite understand how
the
ridiculing the safe space thing means, oh, you think you're diminishing someone's rape, because that's just not so.
The phrase that they use, I think, is invalidating someone because you disagree with them. Their ideas are invalid, or they make you feel invalid. Where in real life, or in our time growing up, we would have called that debate.
Well, and I want to add this too. You know who really feels invalidated? You know who really feels, who really doesn't have a safe space? Somebody that's a member of a fraternity on the campus of the University of Virginia.
God, no kidding.
Because they had been smeared as a bunch of Neanderthals and thugs and rapists for how many months? They had every fraternity was shut. They shut them all down after this story came out.
And the sororities too, didn't they?
Yeah, oh yes, the whole Greek life thing. Now that's something I never took part in, so that didn't register with me. But just imagine being in the fraternity that was mentioned in that story. What kind of women are we sending out into the world? These are women that I presume want to change things for the better. If they can't handle an opposing idea on campus, how in the world are they going to handle the real world and challenging people in a law firm or in a boardroom or in politics? Seriously.
Air conditioning is a great thing. It's beautiful, and you need it in Texas because it's so hot here. And it's lovely, but it's artificial. It's not the real nature of things. And when you go outside, you are going to broil. And you can take the choice to never go outside and to stay in the air conditioning, but you'll never get anywhere.
You've got a whole country that's sick and tired of all these warring, whining factions. And if you just become another one of them, you cancel yourself out. And people are not going to look at her. What you do is you come out against advocacy in general and say, look, what we want is individualism. If you want to call me an advocate, sure, I'm an advocate for all individuals. But we're not going to play group against group.